How to make a successful podcast, where to find the right guests, what thumbnails actually get clicks, how often should I post new episodes. If you ask any of these questions yourself, this video is for you. Today I'll reshare how to start and promote a YouTube podcast. Hold on to your Wi-Fi, this is gonna be good. Of course, the fastest and easiest way to make your podcast take off is by inviting well-known guests. It's obvious that the right guests and their face on the thumbnail can attract a large audience. But what if you don't have famous guests, but still want millions of views and hundreds of thousands of subscribers on your podcast? What many don't realize is that even though podcasts are all about live conversations, which is a big trend right now, there are key elements that need to be prepared in advance. Let's break down which ones, but when you find this information helpful, don't forget to like the video. And you also may subscribe to my channel. First, your script. Yes, even a podcast needs a script. When we produce podcasts for our clients, we always create a structured framework. This includes a set of core questions that align with the podcast theme and the host's interests. Questions that can be asked to any guest. In addition, we tailor specific questions for each guest to uncover shocking facts and compelling stories about them. To do this, we schedule a pre-podcast call with the guest a few days in advance. During this call, we ask key questions to discover their most interesting stories, their biggest failures, their most shocking experiences, their greatest wins and successes. From this, we handpick the most engaging and impactful moments and make sure to include questions that lead to these answers in the podcast itself. This approach keeps the conversation natural and spontaneous, while also ensuring high retention moments that boost engagement and increase your chances of hitting the trends. Second, retention. Retention is the biggest opportunity to maximize impressions and, consequently, the number of views. The longer your audience watches, the more YouTube will recommend your podcast to others. What improves retention? First, go back to your script. It's crucial to structure the beginning properly and keep at least 60% of viewers watching within the first 30 seconds. Try using best moment clips, intriguing stories from the start, interactive moments, or even post-recording commentary. Experiment with different options to improve this metric. Your question flow should also be dynamic. Switch between personal and professional topics to maintain engagement. And of course, editing plays a major role. Especially if you are just starting out, don't hesitate to cut out dull or irrelevant parts. Believe me, it's better to have a short, high-retention podcast than a long one that loses viewers quickly. If you are facing the challenges I've described here, this video isn't the only way to solve them. I'm offering a free audit of your channel for my subscribers. I'll review your analytics and help identify areas for improvement. We'll also discuss your ideas and find the best way to implement them on YouTube to grow your channel, attract new audience, and increase your revenue. The link to book my free audit is in the description, but spots are limited to just 5 per video, so don't wait. Third, audience. The better you understand your audience interests, the faster your podcast will grow. Even though your guests may vary, your podcast must have a clear theme, and that theme should be reflected in every episode. For example, if I create a podcast about how immigrants achieve success in a new country, every episode should align with that topic. My conversations, thumbnails, and titles should all be framed around the idea of how this person moved and succeeded. It's very important to create all episodes for the same audience. If one episode is watched by men, another by women, some by teenagers, and others by adults, YouTube won't know who to recommend your content to. Moreover, due to poor performance metrics, YouTube will consider your videos unsuccessful, deprioritize them, and you'll never achieve high view numbers. I have an upcoming episode on key analytics metrics to help you understand why your content is not performing as well as you want. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss it. Let's continue. Proper packaging. I have a separate video on how to properly format and publish your videos on YouTube. Be sure to watch it. Everything in that video applies to podcasts as well and directly impacts your view count. But there is one aspect I want to focus on in detail. Thumbnails. Your thumbnail is your biggest tool for attracting new viewers. You need to design it in a way that stands out and makes people want to click. Use a large, close-up face, either yours or your guests. Ideally, the face should show emotion, as this naturally grabs attention. And keep the text short and punchy. This could be the podcast topic, a powerful quote from the guest, or a bold statement that sparks curiosity. Remember that more than half of YouTube viewers watch on their phones, so your thumbnail should be clear and engaging even on small screens. Fifth, the biggest challenge with podcasts is the length. When a viewer sees a video that is 1 to 2 hours long or more, they immediately ask themselves, why should I dedicate so much time to this? If the guest is famous, that can be a reason, but what else can help answer their question? Shorts, with the most interesting and trending moments. People watch shorts, get hooked by the story of guests, and then want to watch the full episode. Post shorts on your channel at least once a day. Always add a graphic overlay at the end saying watch the full episode along with your channel name. You can use the Opus Clip AI tool. I'll leave the link in the description. This tool can turn a 2-hour podcast into 100 shorts in just 30 seconds, and many of them actually hit trends. 6. Drive traffic from multiple platforms. Publish your podcast in audio format on all major platforms like Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and more. I also leave a helpful article in the description that explains how to upload your episode just once and have it automatically distributed across all the top podcast platforms, so you don't have to do it manually for each one. Additionally, ask your guests to share the episode in Instagram stories, Reels. Ideally, if your guest also has a YouTube channel, have them link to the episode there. This will bring in the most relevant traffic. Like this video, subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications. See you next week!